improving over the last few years. Just as Mr. Aluwali has said, that's the rate of increase, that's the derivative, that's the CD ratio is going up, but the ratio is still half the national average, which is both a challenge and an opportunity, because it shows that you can indeed raise the CD ratio to that level. Now, across the country, some states have to be below 100 of the CD ratio, for some states to be above. There is no God-given rule that Bihar has to be below, and indeed Bihar's ratio must go up. Well, why is Bihar's CD ratio low? For one, there's a lot of remittances that come into Bihar from migrant workers who've gone outside. Those remittances show us deposits within Bihar. That's the first reason. The second reason is that whenever we ask banks, whenever I ask my own Reserve Bank staff, they say that there is no demand for credit in Bihar. That I know is an answer at one level, but that is also not an acceptable answer. The challenge for the state government, for the Reserve Bank, for the banking sector, is to ensure that there is bankable schemes whereby the demand for credit goes up. And I can go into the details of how that can be done, but I believe that this is not an occasion.
No, I agree with you, but you know, one of the things that the Chief Minister has been very actively working on is a very ambitious agricultural action plan, consistent with making Bihar really an important grain hub of India. The penetration of formal credit of agriculture in Bihar continues to be abysmally low. Also, I think that Bihar's pace of economic activity has gone up so significantly as to register an 11% plus rate of growth in the last 5 years. Then it would seem somewhat inconsistent and incredible that the demand for formal credit has not gone up, and that really speaking, what the banks have been telling you is the end of the thing. That is why I raised that the credit deposit ratio has languished at very low levels. Economic activity has picked up decisively, agricultural activity has picked up decisively, but credit unfortunately continues to be a very important constraint in not allowing the state to mainstream faster.
You're right that the CD ratio is low. You're also right that much of the responsibility for this has to be borne by the commercial banks and the cooperative banks, of course. But I also want to say that we have a regulation, not of the Reserve Bank but of the government, that if the commercial banking sector fails in meeting its obligation